guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bethany. I'm an opera singer who has fallen for a bunch of scams, and now I create content calling out MLMs and MLM adjacent scams. Whatever's hot and new or old and we've seen before, we're going to call it out and we're going to spill the tea. So I have been on a roll. I've been creating a lot of content lately, and allow me to be cheesy for a moment, but the reason is because of you all. Your comments are so kind and encouraging and thoughtful, and you're sharing your stories and you're sharing what you've been through, and either your time in an MLM or your time in the manifestation world, both things that I know intimately that I have been involved in. And it's really giving me life. You guys are really making me feel like I'm creating something good. I don't know. And that you feel seen by my content, which was my only goal, honestly. I consumed a lot of anti-MLM content as I was deprogramming, and it helped me feel really seen and validated. But I saw some gaps and I saw some things that were different because everyone has a different experience in an MLM. And there weren't enough people talking about manifestation as well, and the scam that is, and the MLM to life coaching pipeline. Danielle Ryan is kind of out here holding down the fort for all of us. So I wanted to jump in there and join her in this mission and just add my voice and to say the things that I wanted somebody to be saying. So no one was saying it, so it was just up to me. So in my video a couple weeks ago where I was reacting to Amy, I know there's like 4 videos reacting to Amy, but I talked about my time in Beachbody, and I talked about feeling a strong connection to the super trainers, and 2 in particular that I felt a strong connection to that I named in that video were Shaun T and Elise Joan. And I am so disappointed that Elise Joan has gone full grifter. It's very disappointing. So we're going to start with looking at her Instagram, actually. This is Elise Joan. Elise Joan Fitness, on-air host. Host of what? No one knows. Celebrity trainer. Here's where we see longevity, mindset, and biohacking. And we're going to come back here because we are going to come back to the nonsense that when you see biohacking, immediately be suspicious. Elise was a super trainer in Beachbody. So a super trainer is just somebody who makes a program in Beachbody. We call them super trainers. And they were worshipped on a similar level to the top coaches. And they also became friends with the top coaches or the top partners. When I left Body, it was still Beachbody and the reps were still called coaches. So I'm going to use a lot of that language because I left before the transition. That didn't help anything, as we now can see. But a lot of the super trainers became friends with the top coaches, and they all helped each other get rich off of the people below them. But I always gave a little bit of grace to the super trainers because they have a certain level of plausible deniability. And I had a parasocial relationship with them, so I maybe cut them more slack than they deserved. But I figured, because of being an aspiring actress and singer, I understand what it is to try. And make a career in a more difficult industry. So I always gave them the benefit of the doubt that they just wanted to create fitness programs. They were passionate about fitness. And at one point, Beachbody was a giant in that industry. And if Beachbody gave you the funding and the platform and produced your fitness program, it could turn you into a mini celebrity. It could provide you a lot of financial stability and financial success. So I always gave them, even after I left, I gave them a little bit of a pass, whereas I didn't give the top coaches a pass because they were in a different industry. And I always thought, as an aspiring actress, if I had been able to be cast in as a person working out in a fitness program, I would take that job, So I still thought well of them in general, but I also think they had to know they were promoting an MLM. How can you design and sell something and compartmentalize, like, oh, I'm just going to design this thing for people's fitness, and I'm just going to like put aside that this is a predatory business model that is everyone's being pressured to buy the thing that I designed. And I am also in all my promotional stuff and on my social media trying to get people to buy various Beachbody supplements as well. That's a whole thing. So Elise, I don't know what's going on because she created Bar Blend. She created a few other programs after I left. The only one I did of hers was Bar Blend because I left when she did her next programs. But it was really fun. It was a bar style program, which bar classes are very expensive. And, this made it a little bit more accessible. Now you can do them for free on YouTube. So please don't give Beachbody your money. But she created Bar Blend and I really enjoyed it. She was very optimistic. The workouts were challenging and it was a good time. I really enjoyed that program. And maybe should have seen the signs then that she was very into the life coaching, toxic positivity space. But let's look at what she's up to, y'all. So we went over to her Instagram, and as you can see, this reel is very filtered, which I just want to say that I have a reason for saying that. I don't shame anyone for using filters, but there's a reason I'm pointing that out. Like, this is very filtered. Like, she looks like she has no pores, no wrinkles whatsoever. Her skin looks, look at my skin. Like, see how it wrinkles and stuff? Like, okay, that's how skin looks. And I have makeup on and stuff too.
It is January 24th, so it is the perfect time to check in with you on how you're doing with your personal New Year's goals or resolutions. By this point in the month, so many people start to fall off from their goals. They start to feel overwhelmed. Maybe you set goals that were super, super broad and very challenging to meet, or maybe you set goals that weren't quite aspirational enough and you haven't grown. So it's a good time to kind of check in. Number one, it's so important to be kind to yourself, show yourself grace. There is a lot going on in the world. I know here in LA.
So far, this is all great. I actually don't have a problem with any of this. And the reason I'm showing you is because I want to show you the way these people creep in through very kind, loving, sensible advice. Everything she's giving, that's good advice. If I set some goals on January 1st and I get to the end of January, it is a good time to check in. Were those goals realistic? Were they too aspirational? Were they maybe too simple and I've just like blown past them and nothing's really changed? And be kind to yourself. That's great advice. Like, look how sweet. She's so sweet. And this is all very sensible and reasonable. And that's how they get you in so that they can drag you into the unreasonable, really expensive stuff that we're going to get to.
LA dealing with these fires. It's hard to stay on track, but I find that it is really our routines, our rituals, our discipline, our mindset that can keep us going and even allow us to be of service in challenging times for others when we set these goals and stick to them. So if you're having a challenge, I recommend just kind of going back, looking over those goals, maybe shifting the goal of work out 6 days a week to move my body for 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week. It sets you up for success. Now,
Again, I think this is great advice. I think that's great advice, actually. Elise, I agree with you. I think that's a great piece of advice.
Module of my Limitless Life Blueprint course, which is going to be featured on Good Morning San Diego, is a goal setting module. It's advanced goal setting. It teaches us about SMART plus goals. It teaches us to do a why audit. Why?
SMART goals. This is an old thing. So here's another, this is a good freeze frame. Here is what SMART goals means. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So that's what SMART goals are, and that is something that idea has been around for ages. I don't even know what the original book is that had it. It's just even Googling it, it doesn't tell you where it originally came from, but it's just an acronym that's used as a mnemonic device to plan your goals. And this is just an example about how all these personal development people have zero original ideas and they just plagiarize existing stuff for their programs.
Why did you set these goals in the first place? And then there are 3 other lessons just in the first module. There's 6 modules. It's a 3-month course on living your limitless life. And yes, we go through all 8 pillars of longevity, including eating for vitality, finding and committing to your purpose, elevating your community. But it all starts with the goal set. Find goals that are doable, achievable, and most importantly, find a community of people that support you in your goals. I have so many accountability partners. Most of them are in my course, The Limitless Life Blueprint. So if you need some...
There it is. Oh, you don't know where to find accountability partners? Like, just join my course. I find that in a post-Panini world, a lot of people, and we see this all the time, people in their 30s and older, when you're no longer in school, college, you're not really in your going out and clubbing phase, which I never really was, TBH, but you still want community, but our society doesn't facilitate that well for adults, like adults, middle age, and older. There's not a lot of third places. There's not a lot of group activities. So she's going to use that as a pain point to get you to buy her course. And she's also throwing in all of these sparkly things like eating for vitality. Let me sneak in something about like your weight loss goals that you have. Oh, you want to make more friends. We have something in there. Oh, you want to like give back to your community. We have something for that. Like, because it's all altruistic. It's not about her making money. It's about helping people. It's not. It's about her making money.
Support, or you want to get back on track, or maybe you just need to learn to be a little kinder to yourself and you want a community of elevated thinkers helping you do that.
That elevated thinkers, that's another thing. People in these life coaching and personal development spaces, part of the tricks is that we are not going to be like the negative. The reason that other people are struggling with their weight loss, with their finances, with whatever, is because they are not an elevated thinker. They don't have a high vibration. They are not in gratitude every day. And if you scroll through her Instagram, you will see so much toxic positivity. It is just like, I'm in gratitude. I'm having so much fun. And I wanted to do a video on her and what she's doing, not only because of the scamminess of it, but because she is so sweet and so positive. And she's not one of those tough love hustle culture ones, even though a lot of what she's advising is hustle culture. It's very sneaky. And that's why I wanted to do a video on her, because she's a sneaky one and she seems so sweet. And what a snake.
Check out the Limitless Life Blueprint. I am going live on Monday. I'm in there bi-weekly with some bonus lives for my first rounders. You can start anytime. It's an evergreen course, module-based rather than week-based.
Okay, so she's designed it so that she can always have people buying it, so that she has this passive income coming in. She can just talk about this course. She spent some time creating the course, and now she can just talk about it and sell it over and over and over again, so that she doesn't actually have to work for money. Like, you are funding her lifestyle.
So you do it at your pace with the support of me and a vibrant community. So if that's something that sounds fun for you, I hope you'll join.
No, that doesn't sound fun for me.
2025, friends, and thank you to everyone who turned out for today's masterclass. I have my vision board back here, and I am bringing all of this to life in my Limitless Life Blueprint. And you guys, this is your last 36 hours to join this powerful 6-module, 3-month course.
Obviously, she changed her mind. So this reel we're reacting to is older than the one we just watched. And the one we just watched, she said, it's evergreen. You can always join it and you can self-pace it. So clearly, she did not get the signups that she wanted in that first week of 2025. And so she changed it as if like, oh, I want you to be able to do it at your own pace. Okay. Or maybe it's because people are onto these internet scammers. Like they're onto it. Like it's no longer, we don't fall for limitless life blueprints anymore. We understand that life will limit you. And there are so many factors out of your control, and no amount of positive thinking, gratitude, or high vibration is going to make the outside factors change and suddenly give you your dream life. Just because she has millions does not make her right.
At a discount and be a part of the beta group. So this is essentially like the test group for this program.
Sales tactics. Like, oh, I have a huge discount and you're part of the beta group. That's not a thing. She just wants you to buy it. We would do this in Beachbody, and she's from Beachbody. We would say, you are the pilot group for this program. You're the test group. We need you to test out this program, but you still have to pay for it full price. And it's like, oh, you're just going to be the first ones to buy it. But you try to make them think that they're this test group so that your feedback is going to be important and we're going to use your testimonials and all of these things, when it's really just a sales tactic to make you think you're going to have more of an impact on this program or you're more special. But if you are truly testing out something for someone, you're not going to pay for it because they haven't launched it yet. It's not the thing they want to sell yet. So why do you have to pay for it if you're just testing it out?
It is comprehensive, and you will have the opportunity for more engagement, more calls, more opportunities to connect and build a community that helps each of us thrive and reach our fullest potential. I'm so excited to start with you guys on Monday. You can type the word blueprint in the captions in order to get your...
No, don't do it. Don't do it, you guys. Don't do it. Okay, I think, yeah, hold on a second. Okay, so now we're going to watch the official trailer for her program. And I'm probably going to stop and yell. I'm probably going to stop and rant quite a few times.
Can't believe I finally get to share this with you. What if I told you that I could help you not only reduce your biological age, but also help you connect to your passion and your purpose in a magnetic and powerful way?
Okay, already we have to stop because she said she can help you reduce your biological age. No, no one can do that. You are older. You woke up older than you were yesterday. You woke up, your birthday this year, you are turning a whole other year older. There is no technology that we know of that can Benjamin Button you. If there is, it's really expensive and only celebrities are using it. And celebrities are using plastic surgery and Botox and fillers. That you can look younger, you can do your best through eating healthy and exercising to keep as much mobility and good health as is in your control. There will always be outside factors, and especially as you age, there are always going to be things that you can't control, and your body is getting older. Like, things will start sagging. You will not be able to put on muscle in, your 40s and 50s in the same way you could in your 20s. Like, you are getting older. And I could go on a whole rant about the anti-aging thing in this world, and it makes me so angry, especially as a woman, because as we all know, it's worse for women, and women's beauty standards are rooted in youth, sometimes extreme youth, which really irritates me a lot as a woman who is getting older, as every single woman is getting older. We're all getting older, and men too are getting older, but for some reason men are allowed to be handsome and have like salt and pepper and like be debonair and stuff as they age. And I'm going to tell you, Christopher Plummer, even when he was in his 90s, I was like, damn. But you are getting older, and I want to start an anti-aging movement, a pro-aging movement where every day you get older is a gift, because the alternative is not being here. But notice how she started with, I can help you reduce your biological age. And then she went to, and help you live your best life and blah, 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 and, succeed and make all your dreams come true. But what you're really hooking people in is the idea of getting younger, which is impossible. You can't get younger. And I will tell you, I have talked to my dermatologist, and she has said even anti-aging skincare cannot reverse wrinkles. Literally, the only things that can do that are injectables, like things like Botox and plastic surgery. Things like that can actually reverse wrinkles. Anything topical is not going to literally erase a wrinkle. So anyone selling that, it's a bunch of crap. Anything that sounds too good to be true probably is. And you can trust me, because I'm not trying to sell you a reverse aging thing. I'm not giving you an alternative. I'm giving you the cold, hard facts. I'm not trying to sell you Botox. I don't care. If you want to get Botox, go for it. I've been thinking about starting it. I haven't yet, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I'm not selling it to you. I don't have a Botox affiliate link. I have literally nothing to gain from you believing me that the only thing that can reverse a wrinkle is Botox or plastic surgery. I'm not selling either of those things. So you have to think about too, when somebody is giving you information on something like weight loss, something like reverse aging, all of these other things, do they have a horse in this race? Because obviously they're trying to sell you something, and therefore they can't be trusted.
In this course, we will dive into goal setting for the life you truly desire. It is so important in longevity to know that beyond fitness, there are 7 additional pillars that will unlock your truest potential: vitality, energy, productivity, high performance habits. This is what I've been practicing for years. We will master the science of longevity.
You can do all of that for free. You can, everything. You can work out for free on YouTube. You can go for a run or for a walk, wherever you're at. You can get healthy eating plans for free. Again, nutrition is the same as it's ever been. You don't have to be a nutritionist. You don't have to do any fancy fad diet. You don't have to cut anything out. We all know, no matter what fads come and go, vegetables are good for you. Fruit is good for you. Whole grains are good for you. Unless you're gluten-free, then find some gluten-free whole grains. Obviously, unless you have an allergy to all of this. Protein is good for you. You need fat. I mean, I guess there was a lot of misinformation in the 90s about fat being bad and stuff, but we know now that that's been debunked, and just eating generally, like all the food groups, is good for you. And also having some cookies sometimes is also good for you, because you should eat things that taste good too. That's my opinion. But it's all there. Everything is free. You can learn anything for free on the internet. It's all there for free. You don't need to spend $2,000 on her program. You don't. Even though she has these pictures and videos of her doing these bendy things because she's flexible and she's a Pilates and yoga teacher, so she can do those things. Everyone has a different body, and she was a dancer growing up. A lot of people who danced, and dancers and gymnasts and stuff, please weigh in the comments. A lot of people who did that have levels of flexibility their whole lives that they kind of like, you can't necessarily achieve that level of flexibility as an adult if you didn't like get it in your body as a kid. But all these pictures, all these videos of her like living her best life, like you made a lot of money creating programs for Beachbody, getting paid by Beachbody. And so now you have this great life. It's not these success principles that got you there. And again, these success principles are not going to work for everyone. Just because something worked for you does not make it universal for everyone. It's just such a scam.
We'll practice powerful meditations and breath work to reduce stress, and we will learn.
Here's what I have to say about meditation and breath work. I don't know what type of breath work that she does, but when I did Manifestation Babe, she led us through breath work sessions that were the kind where you would lay down flat and you would put one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest, and you would like inhale into your belly, and then you would like inhale even more into your chest, and then like release it all. So it'd be like, and I kind of exaggerated the sound so you could hear it, but you would do that over and over. And she had a whole playlist and a whole thing that she was guiding you through. And what it does is it over oxygenates your body. So actually can make your body have all these physical reactions. And I feel really grateful that I didn't have any health issues as a result, because I feel like manipulating your breath in that way, if you have like a heart issue or asthma or any other type of thing, could be kind of dangerous. But sometimes I would get really, really hot and sweaty, and I was like taking off all my clothes. I was like, I'm so sweaty. And you'd get all tingly, and sometimes your hands would go into, she called it lobster claws, like your muscles would like seize up and stuff. And you were thinking that this was purging your body of all these limiting beliefs. And looking back on it 6 years later, it was just a bunch of emotional manipulation. It just made you think that. Nothing changed. It did not make anything better. Now, meditation, I know meditation has benefits. It's actually been studied by real science, but that doesn't mean it's the right thing for everyone. I tried to get a meditation practice going so many times when I was in Beachbody, when I left, even years later, having been through therapy, having deprogrammed. Meditation is not for me what relieves stress. It just doesn't relieve stress. It feels like something I have to do. I don't enjoy it. And you don't have to do this stuff. I like to go for a walk. I find the meditative qualities of going for a walk, even if I don't have like a podcast I'm listening to or music or anything, I can just go for a walk and walk around, and that kind of puts you in a meditative state too. You can give yourself the space and the quiet to think. But if it works for you, that's great. You can download any number of free meditation apps, and there are even meditation challenges, like on the Calm app. There are full programs on the Insight Timer app. There are full programs. And they're free. Or you can pay extra for certain special features, and it's very inexpensive. Or you can pay like $55 a year for the paid version of one of these apps where you can unlock the rest of the features. And it's so much cheaper than this. You can do all of this stuff on your own for free to cheap. And you don't have to have her making you feel like crap because your life doesn't look like hers.
Learn how to eat specifically for our cellular vitality. Plus, I'll show you how to build those high-performance habits.
Diet, exercise, supplements, positive thinking. Scientists believe that the first human being who will live 150 years has already been born. I believe I am that human being.
Sorry, I have to stop again. How to eat specifically for your cellular vitality. Is this the biohacking reverse aging thing? There is no food that is going to make you reverse age. There is no food. You know what? You're only young once. So yeah, eat healthy because it'll make you feel better. And while you are in an active, younger body that is capable of doing the things you're capable of doing now, sure, you want to take care of it, but also you want to eat fun stuff because you only live once. And you have to find that balance. Like it's really being in these spaces, it looks so positive. It looks so great. It looks like you're just living your best life. When actually, having been in these spaces, you are monitoring everything you eat all the time. You're comparing yourself. She talked about that community. You're comparing yourself to her and her six pack, and you're comparing yourself to everyone else in the community. And you are so much more obsessed with your body and your looks and your appearance to other people, how young you look. I'm sure that will become an obsession for the women she's targeting. And she says in one of her other posts, she's almost 50. So she's targeting those middle-aged perimenopausal women who are at a vulnerable place in life where they are, moving into the next phase and maybe feeling insecure about their physical appearance or the changes that's happening in their body. And this is so predatory, trying to prey on women in that phase, that this is just a natural process and you're naturally going to feel more insecure because you are aging out of that young woman fertile phase and things are happening and hormones are happening. And I haven't been there yet, but if in the comments, if some of you have been through perimenopause or menopause, please weigh in. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. But even as someone who hasn't gone through it yet, I can already see how that would be a really vulnerable place to be, and how it would be very easy to fall for something like this and to be like, oh, if I take this course, I too am going to look like her and be skinny and beautiful and rich and very active and be able to do all the exercises I could do when I was in my 20s and be able to like run around with my dog. And she has lots of posts with her partner on her page. It's like, my partner is going to be obsessed with me and think I'm so beautiful. And she's talking about reverse aging when she clearly has had the plastic surgery, the Botox, the stuff I was talking about. It is so obvious. You don't look like that if at almost 50, if you haven't had that stuff done. And I know women who make like the median income and they regularly get that stuff done. And she's like a multimillionaire that lives in LA. You think she doesn't get that stuff done? She absolutely gets that stuff done. Like, just don't lie, Elise. You're such a freaking liar. And you package it in this cute blonde, like, I just want to help women package. You're such a snake. Ugh. I'm getting angry. I don't like her anymore. I used to like her. I don't like you anymore, Elise. This is not cool. This is bad behavior. I don't like it.
And biohack your life. Each module is designed to empower you, not just to add.
I hate the term biohacking. Anyone who says biohacking, I will boycott them forever. I will never buy anything from them because that is so much nonsense.
Years, but to add quality, to add intention, to add growth, to add exponential success in your career and your life. This course is the culmination of everything I have learned and studied for over 25 years. This is from my own journey.
Do you see how it's all just about the looks? She can say whatever she wants. It's about living your life, achieving your goals, whatever. She is marketing a program to middle-aged women to be skinny and hot. And you can do that through taking her program and paying her money. And you'll feel good and you'll look at that last clip, just a ton of video of her in her working out outfits, with like tight sports bra, tight leggings, her bikini, dancing with other skinny women, just shots like down her body, her booty, everything, which I want to be clear, wear whatever you want. and wear that stuff in your 40s and 50s. I plan on it. I absolutely plan on it. But she's using it very specifically. She has resources and a certain genetic setup, and she has had plastic surgery, I bet, definitely Botox and fillers, if not a facelift. And she's marketing it as if you can have that too if you take her course. And it's not really about the internal stuff. It's all about the shallow external stuff. And that is what all of these life coaches are ultimately selling. All of these manifestation girlies. If you take my course, you can be hot, rich, have a partner who adores you, and ageless, apparently now, which is just a bunch of BS.
The most cutting edge science on aging, and I am sharing it with you. So,
you do not have the most cutting edge science on aging. A random former Beachbody super trainer, I don't know if she still makes programs for Beachbody or not. You do not have the cutting edge science on aging. You don't have that. Scientists have it. I used this example before and I will keep using it. GLP-1s, semaglutide injections, Ozempic, Wegovy, all those. They prove that every person, every fad, every pill that came before them was a scam because they do actually work. And of course, because they work, they have blown up. Celebrities are using them. There was a shortage. I don't know if there's still a shortage. I don't have that prescription, so I don't know. I haven't seen anything lately in the news, but if something is working, it will be hard to get. It will be expensive. It will explode in popularity. If there is cutting edge science about aging, about reversing aging, if there is like things you can do, they will be everywhere. They will be well known. They will be popular. If there's something you can buy that will reverse aging, it will explode in the same way GLP-1s have, because everybody wants that. Everybody wants to age in reverse. It's just, it's not, you don't have a secret. You don't have the secret to anti-aging. You random lady on Instagram that has like 160,000 followers. You don't have the secret to anti-aging. It's crazy.
if you love my fitness programs, trust me when I say you won't want to miss this. It's time to take the next step.
No! No! Ah!
Gotta start low.
La 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 doo 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 doo.
Are you ready to reverse your biological age? You can't do that. You can't do it. I'm so mad.
To learn the next 7 pillars of longevity. And it is time to transform your life forever. Join me in this incredible journey and let's discover your limitless life together.
No. Don't do it, you guys. Don't buy her program. Please don't. It makes me so angry. She's just selling this idea that she can reverse your age, and that's so impossible. And I'm sure some people bought it. I'm really glad. It sounds like not as many people bought it as she thought would or as she wanted to, and that's why she changed it to a rolling enrollment instead of a like launch that has an end date. So that's a good sign, but this is another reason why I want to point out these scammers, because MLMs have income disclosure statements. They are a lot easier to prove that it's a scam. They are a lot easier to debunk, and still people fell for them. I fell for them. But the anti-MLM movement has done such a great job of exposing MLMs for the grifts that they are. And I want to create a movement where we expose people like this for the grifters that they are, because they are just selling vibes. essentially. They are selling youth. They are selling a vitality and a great life. And they're packaging it in this adorable, beautiful, visually lovely way, and hiding behind their certifications of being health and wellness experts. And I don't know where her certification stands today. The only thing I know is obviously she was a personal trainer at one point, or she created a program called Bar Blend. So she has a background with bar, Pilates, and yoga, and she blended them together for that program. And that all of her programs, as far as I understand, that was the only one I did. But as far as I understand, they are in that vein. So whether she kept up any certifications, at one point she got certified to teach things like bar, Pilates, and yoga. But she did not design any of the nutrition. They were always paired with Beachbody's nutrition programs. And as far as I know, she's not a registered dietitian or a nutritionist. So why is she coming up with meal plans that are supposedly biohacking? Like, there's so many questions that you need to ask yourself. And as always, the main thing you want to ask yourself when you run across these people is, does it sound too good to be true? If it does, it probably is. So yeah, we're going to go with that. Okay. So now I want to look at her program, and I want to point out a couple more things, because one of the things that gets me absolutely steamed is on her website. Oh, I realized I forgot to say, the reason I pointed out that she's using filters in all of her reels is, why do you need to use filters if you're reversing your biological age? Why do you need to have this smooth, poreless skin in all of your reels if you're selling something that is reversing your age? No, I use filters in my Instagram stories and in my reels, but I'm not selling anti-aging. And if you see me in person, like, this is what I look like. I'm not using a filter right now. But if you are selling anti-aging, show me your real face. And her real face clearly has had work done, which is fine. Anyone who wants to get any work done to their body, go for it. But don't pretend like you got it through nutrition and working out and these mindset things. You got it from Botox. Just be real. Okay, so here is her Limitless Life Blueprint program. Let's look at this. So it's $1,500 USD. This is clearly a picture of her speaking at a Beachbody event. So let's just be real about that. It's time to unlock your best life. What's included? Now, keep in mind, this is $1,500. 6-module self-paced course. 6 modules. I have made over 6 hour-long or longer videos in the last month for my Instagram, for my YouTube channel for free. So just debunking this stuff. Printable Limitless Life Workbook, a comprehensive guide filled with exercises, prompts, and tools to track your progress and bring the course concepts to life. $500 value. So first of all, she's putting $1,000 value, $500 value. Who decides the value? This is not gold or a piece of jewelry that you can take to an appraiser and get it appraised and get the value assessed. This is not, are there workouts that you can be like, okay, there are workouts, so a group fitness class would cost X amount per class? No, it's just she decided that her wisdom of creating 6 modules is worth $1,000. She decided that. So already we're at the full cost of the course, and this is on purpose. The Limitless Life Workbook, you can get any kind of a goal-setting workbook online or at Target. If you need something to help you, give you some structure on goal setting, you can get something at Target for $15. So it's not worth $500 if you can find the same thing at Target for $15. Personal time management strategies. Module 1 helps you uncover 45 to 90 minutes of untapped time daily. $500 value. I'll give you this for free. Here's how you can uncover 45 to 90 minutes of untapped time. Write down everything you did all day. Just like on your notes app, your alarm goes off at 7 a.m. and you just be honest with yourself. I spent an hour scrolling while I was drinking coffee. And just track throughout your day and see what you did. And then are any of those things that you want to get rid of? You can realize how much time you wasted. Another free tip that I'm giving you for free is I like to set timers on my phone. So I hate to clean. Who loves it? I don't know, some weird people out there. If you're a weirdo who likes to clean, please come be my friend and clean my apartment. But I don't love to clean. So if the kitchen needs cleaning, I will set a timer and I'll be like, okay, you only have to clean for 20 minutes. And you can put on an episode of The Office to play in the background. Or you only have to clean for the length of this podcast that's playing in the background, or this episode, or a timer that you set. And you do it, and then you get everything done and you realize there are still 3 minutes left on the timer. Or 4 minutes left on the episode of The Office or something. It only took 16 minutes. And you realize how quickly it gets done. So just the act of setting the timer makes me do the thing and then realize how much time it took was actually not that much time. So that's a little tip for me. Also, I set an alarm for going to bed. So I did this for a long time. I actually don't need it anymore. But at 9 p.m., my alarm goes off. And that means I have to turn off all the screens. And I go get ready for bed. I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I do all the things. And then I usually read for about half an hour and go to bed at 10 o'clock. So that 9 o'clock alarm, there's something psychological. I think I heard this on a podcast that when the alarm goes off, it prompts you to do it. Instead of saying at 9 p.m., I'm going to turn off my screens, you set an alarm for 9 p.m. and you're like, I have to do a thing. It has a psychological thing. Look at all those tips I just gave to you for free. That was a $500 value that I just gave you for free. You are welcome. That's so kind of me. Okay. Bi-weekly live Q&A sessions with Elise, $750 value. I think bi-weekly means every other week, not twice a week. So you think highly of yourself. Every other week, you're going to do a Q&A. So you're going to do 3 in 6 weeks, and that's worth $750. Wow. Access to Elise's private community on Kajabi. How often is she going to be in that group? They create these communities so that they can offload the labor of working with people onto everyone else. So not only are you paying her for this program, you are taking on the labor of supporting other people in the program. It's a maximization tactic for her that she can get all the money while not having to do all the work. And you are paying her and volunteering your time because you'll naturally want to answer questions and be helpful and stuff. So that's a $500 value that you are contributing to for free. Exclusive beta group membership. Be part of the first cohort. And that's somehow worth $750 just to be the first one to do it. When actually you could assume that any program would improve over time. So it'd actually be more valuable later on. Invitation to Reflect and Rise, a limitless celebration. Quarterly live virtual event for connection and reflection. $500 value. How is that worth $500? She's hosting a Zoom and that's worth $500. Every 3 months, she's hosting a Zoom. Wow. Complete goal setting framework. Learn Elise's signature process for setting and achieving your boldest goals. $750 value. There are so many goal setting frameworks for free online that you can find one that works for you. Whether it's she already confessed she was using the SMART tactic. That's free. Go Google it, read up on it. It's free. Aging in reverse tools. Leverage science-backed habits to optimize your biological age. $750 value. And then lifetime access is randomly worth $1,000. So the fact that you bought a program and you don't have to give it up is worth an extra $1,000 that you can go back and do it again. If I buy a book, I can go back and read it as many times as I want. I don't have to pay. I paid for the book. I paid for it. I get it. That's just wild. So $7,000 value. Again, who decides the value? She does. This is a sales tactic to make you feel like you're getting a great deal by spending $1,500 or $1,600, no, $1,500 on this thing when it's actually worth $7,000, or it's actually worth nothing because she decides the value. Here's the kicker. Due to the nature of this product, all sales are final. So, yeah, you're not getting a refund. If this doesn't work for you, you had a low vibration, you didn't do something right, you didn't actually follow it, you need to wait for the universe's divine timing. This is a scam. This is a bunch of random crap. She is not qualified for anything anti-aging. She's not a doctor. She's not a dermatologist. She's not a person who works in plastic surgery or injectables. She's not even a nutritionist or a registered dietitian. And she's trying to tell you that she can tell you how to eat for biohacking. And she's not even a dietitian. Like, she is a Pilates teacher. Do not buy this course from this Pilates teacher. Okay. So that was my rant on Elise Joan. Elise, I'm so disappointed in you. Just queen of toxic positivity, queen of reinforcing ageism, toxic body standards, ridiculous expectations. It's going to make women feel ashamed for getting older, for their bodies not being able to do what they could do when they were younger, for not being as skinny as Elise is, for not having the muscles that she has, for not being as flexible as she is, or being able to do bar and Pilates the way that she can, for having more wrinkles than her because the average woman can't afford a facelift. Just all this nonsense. And vaguely, oh, this will help you get rich too and achieve all your goals in life. These self-help gurus say that doing their course, mindset work, that doesn't actually give you any tangible strategies to achieve your career goals or your relationship goals or anything like that, but just being a high vibration person is going to fix everything in your life. So you just take this course and it fixes everything in your life. How? Oh, that's for you to figure out. I don't tell you how specific to you. I just tell you the mindset stuff. And once your mindset is fixed, then everything else will work itself out. Like, and if you complain or if you point out that it didn't work for you, you critique it at all, they can Uno reverse and say, well, it didn't work for you because look how negative you are. And of course, I'm not giving you a refund. There's no way to win. So with that being said, that's Elise Joan. That's a scam. I have more scammers. I have more scammers in my vault to bring out, to talk about. And I did get cast in a show. Yay.
And there was much rejoicing.
So the frequency, I have been posting a lot. I will still make sure that I post at least once a week during the duration of my rehearsal period and performances. But multiple times per week, I'm just feeling extra inspired right now. And the scammers are always on their bull in January. But we're going to keep going because you guys are amazing. But don't worry about me. If it drops to once a week, it's just me living my life and being in a show, which I'm very excited about. And I get to do shows. I get to do YouTube, all because I have a job and I love it. So until next time, keep your day job, kiss your pets on their fuzzy little heads, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.